Walking in Two Worlds is an honest and open conversation between two psychic mediums about life experiences and their journey to becoming a psychic medium, as well as experiences after dedicating themselves as a professional psychic medium. Truly, we walk in two worlds. It is adventurous and wild at times, but always deeply meaningful, and an honor to be a vessel for source energy, a journey for which we will be eternally grateful. And hello. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Oh, man. Did I keep you hanging there a little bit? A little mystery never hurts, right? What the heck is going on? I'm hoping that you're seeing me out there now. Okay. Thank you, my dear husband. Yeah, guess what? I thought I played the intro and talked and said Linda's not here. And then I looked up and realized that the broadcast live hadn't gone fully on yet. So, hey, I'm all warmed up. I want to say that, yes, indeed, I did send Linda a link yesterday. I sent her another link this morning, and I sent her another link just before 5. So, hey, we're on our own, kids. And what I want to express right now is that I'm hoping that it's just an internet problem. I'm hoping maybe she just forgot. I'm hoping that nothing is wrong. So that's the most important thing. And geez, I'm all warmed up. So you can see my cheeks I'm just a little excited. But hey, I looked out when Linda wasn't showing up, and I saw all you beautiful people out there and was so thankful for your support. Your energy is amazing. And yes, I can feel it, and I feel supported, and I feel like we'll just go on with this. So, you know, before every show, I draw a card. I'm usually an oracle card, and most of the time it's for me. And I meditate on that while I'm waiting for my guest to come in. Oh my God, there she is.
Oh my God, you didn't see me. I was sitting there for a while.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah. Why?
I'm going crazy. We've been having, okay. Sorry, hold on one
second. No. Take a minute. Take all your time.
It went down again today.
Okay. No worries. We were hoping it was something like that, right, everybody? Isn't this fun? Hey, we don't settle for the ordinary, everyday kind of show around here. We like adventure. We like surprises, right? Hello, Medium Betsy Palmer. By the way, Medium Betsy Palmer, get in touch with me. I would love to have you on this series. Okay? Great. Butterfly kisses. Hello. Wiki, hi. Running away from home. So nice to see you. So nice to see you.
Hello.
Hello.
So it went down twice, and then I was supposed to get a delivery that just showed.
Yeah.
So I've been running like a chicken, but I was sitting here for a while waving at you.
Oh my gosh, I did not see you. I was doing a little reading, like reading an oracle card. So I have to admit, after 5, I was like, oh, I'm hoping she's okay. I'm going to read this card.
You were like saying, well, obviously the biatch ain't going to show up.
I said, I had your back.
And oh my God, saying, she's no good. She's no good.
I was just saying, I was hoping that it was just an internet thing, and I'm so glad you're with me. So, hey.
I'm so glad to be here. What a beautiful background.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks.
Right.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you with me. And now
we've been waiting on this for a month or so.
I know. Oh, I've been looking forward to it. And okay. So I'm going to regroup. Hello.
Okay.
I played my intro. Hi. This is Terry Lee, Pure Visionary Psychic Medium, welcoming you to another episode of Walking in Two Worlds. And today I have the great honor and pleasure to present the fabulous Miss Linda G, Comanche Psychic Medium.
Honored to be here. Honored to be here.
Wonderful. Well, that's exactly how I dreamed the intro to be. So now we can proceed, right?
Is there something planetary that's going on right now?
Yes, yes,
Thank
there
you.
is.
Because the deposit I sent to Sedona for $9,000 never got to them, and it was sent July 11th. So I had to cancel it,
Wow.
and go to the post office and
Okay.
send special. But other checks, I'm hearing other checks aren't arriving for people.
Weird. Well, I do know we've had a lot of solar activity, and of course, the magnetosphere around the Earth
It's
is reacting to a lot of the solar activity, and it causes all kinds of stuff.
Oh my
And-
gosh, my internet has been going. In fact, I just went down to the UPS store when I went to the post office, and they said they're right down the street from me. Their internet was out too at the same time.
yeah. Oh, that's
And they
wow.
said it's going around. They said, and remember, I was supposed to appear with Kevin in our internet.
Yes. Yes.
So
Oh
I
my
can't
goodness.
trust it.
Oh, well, let me pop in here and do a little. I have a little intro that actually I got from Angel Heart, so I know it's probably approved, as you're not with Angel Heart anymore. But I
Oh,
thought this would be a nice way to kind of skip a little time as we get to introduce you. So Linda G was born in Georgia. Her father was Irish Scottish descent. My father was Scottish descent as well. Her mother was Comanche Mexican. Her mother took her to the tribe when she was born, and they told her she had the third eye. Wow, how your mother must have felt when that
well,
happened.
yeah, she wasn't. She was very intuitive, but she wasn't necessarily a believer, which is
Yeah.
weird. But she saw spirits all the time.
Wow. I didn't know that. All
Mhm.
right. We're already digging in deep. I love it. Okay. So Miss Linda G went on to realize her abilities and read for thousands, including members in Hollywood. Today, she is a highly recognized psychic medium, bringing through spirit and the other side for individual clients and spiritual events. She has a massive following on YouTube with her well over 600 plus videos.
If
You
I
got a
just
strong heart, girl, because
I
today
got a
just
strong constitution.
almost took me
But
out,
I'm
man.
stopping readings. May I mention that? I'm not taking any more readings
Yes. Yeah.
unless I give away free readings.
Okay. That's good. That's very gracious and generous. And well over 600 plus videos and over 52,000 subscribers. But I love this last line on here. Linda is a passionate advocate for love, compassion, peace, and humor. Oh,
I do
yes.
have. I like those one-liners.
Oh, man, that's just perfect. And, I've been watching you for 6 years, and on the personal level, have to say deep, deep thanks because you did calm us down and you did allow a way for us all to communicate together and talk about spirit and talk about the other side and witness a gathering, a community gathering for a peaceful outcome in very unnerving and frightening circumstances.
Exactly.
So thank you.
And the
Thank you.
plethora of readers that have come out online now. And you can take your pick. If I'm not your deal, you can. There's somebody out there for you.
Yeah. I call it a spiritual phenomenon. It was an explosion. We were all
Tell
looking.
you, Kirsten Langston was the one, Third Eye
Yes,
Champagne, that got me
yes,
started. We have to give her credit. She's the
yes, we
first.
do. I watched her too. I watched her too.
And then bada bing, bada boom. I started and then it just took off. And so, like I said, any flavor you want, anything that attracts you, go there.
Yes, that's wonderful and very gracious of you. So I have to say though that if in these 6 years, in thinking about it, I've always followed psychic mediums, been fascinated with it. And in these 6 years, though, I believe that you, in fact, have been the most prolific psychic available to people in the last 6 years. I mean,
Really?
you really put yourself out there. I can't think of anybody to compare, really. A mediumship, now that's reading people on the other side, but psychic involves, that clairsentience and that knowing and that communication with your guides where you can just put it right out there and be sure of it. And we're going to talk about that
Okay.
a little bit more. So now, hopefully you're blushing a little bit.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, good. Because
My cheeks are blushed, but it's not the ones on my face.
It's not because you're wearing your JC Penney double wides, is it?
Oh my God, people died when I said that. I
You,
got my JC Penney double
oh,
wide
no.
going here.
Girl, your humor is such a treat. And the other day when you were talking and you were all excited about the big Trump announcement, and you're like, I'm hot, I'm hot, I'm sizzling. I burst out in such a roar. It was hilarious.
Sometimes when I'm reading, it's just bada bing, bada boom. Just get all information I start downloading.
Yeah,
The real
I know.
sad
It's
one was the Ukraine. When I went outside and I said to everybody, "Oh my God, you guys, it's going to be horrible." I could
yeah,
see death, I could see destruction, and I was almost like begging my guides, "Don't show me anymore." And
yeah.
then that's when they said to me, "Linda, this is the beginning of the end of Putin." So that gave me some comfort. But
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I have to put this up because it's great. Terry Suzuki says Linda G was my gateway drug, so to speak.
well,
That's
I
beautiful.
asked my, the higher realm. They always kind of like Eckhart Tolle always say, "Be in the now. Don't try to think of the future." So I asked my guys, "Listen, why do you have me read prophecy if you want everybody to be in the now?"
Yeah.
And they said, "Well, uh, if you prophesize based on what they say, it's not me, it's them. If you tell people things that come true, then that gives them faith. What
Yes.
our information will keep them going. Like I've
Hmm.
been saying from the get-go, he's an illegitimate president. He's not going to win again." And people would cry and beg. I said, "Listen, I can only tell you what I'm told." In the
Right.
meantime, we had the virus, and a woman that works in politics that took my sheet of paper from 2018. She said,
Yes.
"Linda, you had a 90% correction rate
Yes.
on that."
Yes.
So
I was actually watching the show when you said that about your virus or the virus,
the
and
virus.
it was so interesting. And okay, let's just jump right into it. It's so interesting the way you get hit sometimes because you'll be talking about something else. You'll be in the middle of something
I
else, and
know.
then you'll get a little. You have a tick. You get a little look, and you look up, and you go, "Oh, there's going to be a virus." You know, I
A
remember it
nasty
so
virus.
well.
And I see
Yeah.
everybody wearing masks, and it's almost like, okay, is that fine? It's like when I was so excited about Beto.
Yes.
And I was like, I just thought he was gonna win. And then right in the middle of it, the guy said, "Oh, Linda, so sorry, he's not gonna
Yeah.
win." I was no.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Everything is really complicated, really
Yes,
complicated.
yes.
So,
How long have you been doing this work, if you don't mind me asking?
well, on YouTube since January, so I'm just a little
Okay,
newbie. I'm
you're a
just a
newbie.
newbie. But I took classes under the fabulous medium Kim and Susan Lin, and
Oh
I
wow.
got the hunger and I just went after it.
Now
I
I
had
hope I'm following you.
Oh, I hope so too. I
You're
could use another subscriber, Linda.
let me look. I'll tell everybody to follow you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. And I'm so grateful to be on this journey. I really am. It's
Is it
the
really
guides pushed
changing
me
your
into
life?
it. I had an astrological reading from my
Yeah.
favorite astrologer, David Pond, who was amazing. And he told me, he said, you'd be as psychic as any of us out there. And he said, you've definitely got it in your chart. And that's when I started listening to the guides and said, okay, I'm going for it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So,
I'm forwarding your show to
thank
my show
you.
to let everybody know, come on down.
Oh, great. Thank you, Linda. In the meantime, I'm going to say hi. Everything's going to be okay. Ron, unconditional love,
Oh, is
Tarot
Ronnie
is
in
here.
here?
Yes.
Hi, Ron.
I swear it's something about Ron when I'm doing a show and I'm like, oh, how's it going? And I look over and I see Ron. Ron is
It,
just like the sign. It's okay.
he makes you feel calm, huh?
He does. He really does.
He's
What a fantastic guy.
100% pure in his energy.
Yes.
I don't
Yes, he
think I've
is.
known someone so fantastic.
Yeah. I'm going to pop over and say hi to Kelly, Doesn't Cats for Me, and Joan B. And the chat is starting to roll.
Okay,
So
I
I'm
just posted it, so let's watch it go.
okay. Great. Well, let's get ready for that. So I'm going to run this banner here. Okay. So here's how the show goes. We're going to chat a little bit, and I'm going to ask you some questions. the neat thing about this show is I've interviewed 5 other psychic mediums, and a lot of the questions will be the same unless the conversation takes it elsewhere. Then I just let spirit flow. I try not to plan too much. But we'll
Okay.
start off with a couple questions. And while you're answering your questions, I'm going to look for some questions that we can answer from the chat about not mediumship, but psychic experiences, encounters with beings and souls on the other side, those kinds of questions. And we'll limit ourselves because we do the other stuff on our show. So I kind of have a good time doing that. And we've had some really interesting questions come across. So that's what I'm looking for out there in the chat, everybody. I'll make that announcement again in a little bit, and we'll get started with some questions because I'm so excited and time is fleeting. It's fleeting. Okay. So what were some of the first experiences you had in this lifetime that you can look back on now and identify as part of your psychic and or mediumship gifts and abilities?
Probably my encounter with Jesus when I was 8.
Wow. Okay.
And I was raised by atheists. So he came to me full form, full force. And then after that, even though I wasn't religious at all, I knew people were watching me.
Yeah.
And so I always had a feeling that something was watching with my true gift. I've always kind of read. When I was going through nursing school, I used to read a lot of people in San Francisco, and it was fun, and it just gave me that little extra money for school and stuff. But I never thought I'd be a psychic, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'd have these profound dreams, and
Mhm.
a lot of I can't read for myself, but I can have prophetic dreams.
Wow.
And
Okay.
then after cancer in
Right.
2009, that's when
Mhm.
I catapulted. That's when
Mhm.
I saw Trump in a coffin, and I would get
Right.
these hits, and then I was minding my own beeswax in my bedroom, eating a chili cheese dog. And suddenly the man says to me, "You're going to do a YouTube channel." I'm like, "What? I don't want to get on, I don't want to brush my hair."
Yeah.
And he said, "Linda, you'll help calm people down."
Mhm. That's
So,
exactly what you did.
I went on not knowing what the hell I was doing, but
Yeah.
then the downloads, because I was following what they were saying. If
Mhm.
you stand in faith and you really listen to your higher realm, they
Mhm.
won't mess with you. They'll give you exactly what you need. And they sure do.
Yes.
And it's
That
been
is
abundant.
true.
It's been beautiful. And I used to always be kind of a depressed person. I was sort of, I
Mhm.
get real high and then drop. It runs in my family. Um,
Uh-huh.
where I would be anxious and have anxiety and all that. After this, I mean, Jesus Christ, I had cancer, and now
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm fine. Live or die, I'm fine. As long as I got my
Yeah.
puppies and my double wides, I'm cool.
I love it. That's something we share in common. I'm a cancer survivor as well. And interestingly enough, I found out on my birthday. Get a call from my doctor's office. Yeah,
How
you need
long
to come
ago?
in. That was in 90. No, boy, I'm thinking 93, 94.
Wow, yours was before me. I think I was 2009.
Yeah.
So you're
And
done then. You're done and dusted.
well, yeah. And that's the thing. But the spiritual experience you get. I remember when it happened, I hung up the phone. I went in the bedroom, sat on the bed and went, okay, if I'm going out with grace and beauty, and I'm going to give people messages on the way out. But if you're going to keep me, I'm here for you, and I'm just going to keep doing what you want me to do. And I let
Oh,
go of it.
isn't that magnificent?
I just let go of it.
I
And
panicked I was hysterical. I was overwhelmed with grief when they told me this.
oh yeah, it's scary.
I was mad at them. It was such a shock because I thought I'd ever, although I did have a dream that a doctor was saying something to me and I started screaming. But what happened with me, so we fought, I had a double mass, I had no hair, and I'm
Yeah.
walking my dog down a path, and that's when I was begging for my life because my boys were still young. I said, please don't,
Yes. Oh,
I need to be able
absolutely.
to take care of my boys. And
Hmm.
that's when he said, what are you doing? There's no such thing as death. because as a
Yeah,
nurse, I saw a lot of bodies exit stage left. And then
sure.
I said, "Oh my God, you're so right." And I felt embarrassed. And I handed just, you did it before that. I
And
did it later, where you
yeah,
hand your whole self over into
yeah,
thine hands. I commence my spirit. And
yeah.
boom, something happened to me. And that's when my abilities went through the roof.
Well, well, we're so thankful for that, and thankful that you're here and well, and all is good. I love it. Let's dive into another question.
Okay.
What were some of the things that fascinated or interested you as a child or young person that made you curious about psychic abilities or ESP or magic?
Well, my mom's Apache friends used to talk about the great eagle going into the fire. Later on, I found out it was because they were smoking peyote.
Well,
But
that'll do it.
always believed and I remember playing that song, The Exodus, and I loved a
Oh,
windy
yeah.
day, and I'd go in the
Hmm.
backyard in my nightgown. We had a little like stage area. It
Yeah.
was a step up, but I called it the stage, and I would dance for God.
Oh, beautiful.
Bum,
That's
bum,
beautiful.
bum, 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 bum. And I knew God was watching me. And I
He
always,
was.
no religion, but I always had a sense that something was magical.
Right.
I always had that
That
sense.
feeling. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
And
And
then, I had nursing friends that we'd work and then we'd crash at my one friend's house and she'd make fatback and gravy. And
ooh,
we'd watch that, those spooky shows that
uh-huh.
talk about life after death. And oh, we were fascinated with it.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. Yeah, I was always fascinated with science fiction and One Step Beyond
Oh my
and The
God.
Twilight Zone. Get
Oh
out.
God, yes, I love that stuff.
Star Trek.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I loved Godzilla when I was little.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think it's because that, the higher self made us aware of the fact that there was much more going on than most people were aware of, that there were things out there that we wanted to know and explore and do, right?
Right. I've
Yeah.
been through a lot of heartache in my life,
Yeah. Me
different
too.
marriages, and
Yeah.
um, and I always prayed and I always begged, and I would never be heard, if you know what I mean. They
Hmm.
never talked to me
Yeah.
like they talk to me now. I knew they were there, but they never. It's almost like I had to go through this heartache and come out the other end,
Hmm. Hmm.
because in our pain, in our suffering, we see God. So,
Yeah.
and the
In
cancer was the final blow.
yes. On my website, as an intro, I talk about, I always had an awe for people who come into this world and know exactly why they're here and what they're supposed to
Oh,
be
me
doing.
too. Yes.
Sports or whatever, talent, that kind of stuff. And there was one day when I was just kind of meditating and kind of going in and out of talking with my guides, and I was like, man, I just think that's so neat. And they reminded me that experience gives you compassion. Experience gives you that empathy that is required to have that kind of unconditional love.
Right.
And not
Right.
that they don't have it, but those of us who've been through heartache, who've been our heart's been torn out of our chest, right? um, we can reach out and tell other people, yeah, 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 I know, and help them. So
Right.
that's
Right.
all part of the deal. Part
Was
of
your
the deal.
childhood pretty cool?
No.
Me
Well,
neither.
yes. Well, yes and no. My father was an alcoholic, and he struggled with that his whole life. My mother was extremely religious, so she was a good church woman, and she actually, my family heritage is they're Mormons, but she broke away from the church and
Oh,
went into traditional churches, non-denominational religious churches. But she so church was my safe place. So as a kid, yes, that was happy. I was in the choir and got little Sunday school badges and all that kind of stuff. And but I always knew that some things just didn't sit right with me. And
You
there
do
came a
something
time when
more. Yeah.
yeah, I had to
My
tell my
parents were
mom.
atheists, but we could go to with the neighborhood. I was even at the Mormon church several times at the dances.
Okay. Yeah.
My one of the fire department captains was related to the Osmond family. So that
Oh, really?
big Mormon church in Oakland is beautiful. They used to have teenage things, and I used to
Oh,
enjoy it.
yeah.
But I remember thinking, wait a second, the Christ that I met when I was 8 is nothing like this.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yes.
wasn't a jealous God. It wasn't thou shalt this and that. It was
Right.
in the law of man is mercy.
Yes. And I remember the day. It was pretty crazy, but I stepped up in front of my mom and said, "Mom, I don't believe in hell. It never has set right with me. It's not right. I just know that there is no hell." And no, they got pretty upset. And
They
eventually we kind of got over it and we smoothed over it. And I know how to talk the kind of church talk that she liked to hear, so I would just continue doing that, act like, yeah, all is well. So we got through it.
Well, you know what I find interesting? It's it's vibration.
Yes, it
If
is.
you're vibrationally evil, you will vibrationally be on a lower form. You can call
Yes,
that hell if you want.
yes, that's your own
A
suffering.
real dear client of mine who's now a friend told me something very interesting the other day, and I told her I'm going to use this
Yeah.
because I always say I see different levels. People
Hmm.
go different levels. Like my deceased girlfriend when I was 17, I went to her grave about 3 years ago, and a man said as clear as day, she is ascended.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
so I knew I would never be able to talk to her again.
Mm.
She's ascended. She's with the realm, the
Wow.
higher realm.
A higher realm.
So
Wow.
what she said to me, it's almost like being a deep sea diver.
Hmm.
If you go up too fast, you'll get the bends.
Oh,
You
okay.
have to move up into the realm because if we come from
Impressions.
this vibrational energy and go straight into the light, we wouldn't make it.
Hmm.
You have to work your way into it.
Hmm.
Now, there are some light beings like Jesus that can go from one to the other, no problem.
Oh, yeah. Hmm. The masters.
But
Yeah.
I just thought that was really interesting.
Fascinating. I'm really into, and I'm talking about it on every show I'm on. I'm into the journey of souls, and also the
Wrote that?
destiny of souls. It's called the Journey of Souls.
Who wrote
And
it?
oh gosh, Newton. I want to say Michael Newton,
Oh, what's the
PhD. He was a hypnotist, regressionist, and see he would regress
I
people
think I
back
have the
in
book.
through lifetime. I read that book a long time ago and it didn't click, right? And then recently I got it on in an audiobook form. The book is about conversations with the people that he's regressed, and they would converse back and forth and talk about what was actually happening. So when you hear it in an audiobook, it's amazing. It's like
I love audio. I love audio.
the best eavesdropping you've ever done, right? And it talks so much about soul life. And since I've been reading now, I'm learning so much about souls and how they come through. And the thing that just cinched it for me was I was giving a reading to a lady, and she asked for a reading on her guides. And I visually saw these three guides, and the guide in the middle was very tall. And in the reading, I go, and he's blue. Okay,
Oh,
he's blue.
he's
So
PT.
yeah, so when I just filed that. I filed that away and what's that all about? And then I'm listening to this book and I'm getting ready to go to the grocery store, near my hair. And all of a sudden he begins to talk about the density and vibration of souls, and that as souls um progress, I like to call it progression, and
Yeah.
become guides and are part of the guides that the ones we talk to that direct us on earth,
Yeah.
as their vibration is different and they radiate blue.
Oh,
And you should have heard me squeal. I was like, ah,
okay.
that's the answer. So it's really an amazing experience. And I just have learned so much about soul life and how we have our soul groups, how we learn lesson, how there's a lot of humor on the other side.
Yeah.
Humor is very spiritual. So that's good to
Laughing
know.
really helps. You know what I put on today? Because my son was a little down in the dumps. I put on Laurel and Hardy, the old one. Oh
Oh,
my God.
oh,
I was crying. I was laughing so hard.
oh, that's
They
great.
were so funny.
It is.
Simple,
It's blessed. It is.
blessed, blessed.
Humor is
Laughter
wonderful.
really helps.
Yes,
I've
it
had
does.
people say, Jesus Christ, I was so upset. And I talked to you, Linda, now, because I always do those one-liners.
Oh yeah, I know. Actually, I have watched some of your stand up. It's on
Oh,
the internet. I found it.
oh, yeah.
It's good.
That was my bucket list.
I
And I
oh
met that Kabir, and he dragged me to Tommy T's and the
yeah.
Punchline and Hollywood and everything. I had a good time. It was fun, but it's not for me. It's very
It was
ego
great.
based. It's very
It was
ego based.
Oh, I enjoyed it so much. I love stand up. And that's lots of times when I'm a little down, I'll just find a good stand up comedian and laugh. It's great.
Yeah.
How do you see with your third eye? Can you explain that to me? And do you often see spirits or ghosts with your physical eyes?
Oh, I see spirits. I don't see ghosts. Can I ask
Okay.
you something real quick?
Sure.
There's Journey of the Souls. I'm ordering it now. And the
Yes.
Destiny of Souls. Do you
Yes.
recommend
Journey is first and then Destiny is next.
And you recommend it?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear what you think.
Okay. I'm ordering it now.
Wonderful.
So what was I see dead people.
Okay.
I see them. They come in when I started reading at Angel Heart with no hair and no breasts.
Oh, bless your heart.
My first huge one was well, what happened? I was working as a nurse, and I was working with an 8-year-old boy who was dying of a brain tumor.
Oh.
And we were students, so we went in there, and his mother was there. She was from New York. He was living in my area with his dad, who was a sheriff. And there's pictures of him with the baseball bat. He was a cute kid, and he was my daughter's age. And he was in a
Man.
total coma.
Oh.
He had a brain tumor. So when I was standing there, I used to read. I read the girls at the nursing program just for fun, nothing really significant. And she said, I wish I knew when he's going to be able to transition. I hate to see him like this. And the girl said, oh, she's a psychic, let her. And I was so mad because I thought I'd get in trouble.
Yeah.
Cool. And the lady said, please, Linda, please. Oh my God. So I said, okay, close the door. So I took my hand and I started from the bottom of his feet and I went up and I was checking his chakras to go up. And when I got up to near his chest and his throat chakra, a woman starts walking into me. I could see her.
Wow. Okay.
She had long dark hair and she had a very unusual pendant she was wearing. It almost had like a snake thing in it. It was weird.
Huh.
And she said, I will be taking him home tomorrow morning.
Oh.
I said that out loud and I'm describing the woman. I could hear the woman behind me fall into her chair. And then when I was done, she said, oh my God, Linda, you saw my mother. And that necklace was her favorite necklace.
Oh, wow.
And tomorrow is the anniversary of her death. So then that next day, I go in and I dread it. And that in report, they said, oh, yeah, the little boy died this morning. And so as I come out the elevator with the other nurses, he was to the right of me. And it was packed because his family was all in the room.
Yes.
To say goodbye.
Yes.
And she saw me. She was a little thing. And she saw me through the crowd. She ran out towards me and grabbed me and was sobbing and said, I just want to thank you. Thanks to what you said, I know my little boy is okay. He's going to be fine. He's with my mom. And that church that my teacher was standing there, she never asked me one thing about it. She just left it alone. Because it obviously helped the lady.
Yeah. Wow.
But that's why it's not necessarily that it's their duty to come and assure us all that there's life after death. As much as they want you to, it's almost like, why is everybody getting all upset? We're fine.
Yeah.
And the other thing is things that people would say, I know my mom's rolling in her grave because of some financial thing with the estate. They're not worried about the money anymore, but
No.
they worry about the souls of those who are trying to be underhanded.
Mhm.
Isn't that a shame? Is what I
They
hear.
want us all to do our best in living our journey
You
that we've
think you're going to
selected for
get
this
away with
lifetime.
it, but it comes back to haunt you. So
Mhm. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like, and I always say it's like exploring outer space, being a psychic medium when you feel people come in and you actually get to feel their essence. And then you get to deliver that message or that vision of what you're seeing. And it helps someone. It is just the best feeling in the whole world.
yeah,
It's it's a powerful thing. And I believe that there are so many of us out there doing it right now because it is so necessary in all of the confusion and energy that we're living in right now to understand that we are luminous light beings in mortal bodies experiencing a life on planet Earth. You know,
exactly,
we're in
exactly.
graduate school, babies. All right, let's talk about. Well, okay, now I'm going to put my questions away because this one is for me.
Ah,
So, when you get a message from your guides and you say, you can take that to the bank.
oh, I've said that, yeah, because it'll
Yes, you
be
do.
a feeling beyond all feelings.
So you get just a really strong
I can smell
clairsentience
it and
or
taste it, just like Ukraine. That's a
yeah.
terrible thing to say that we're getting ready
Wow.
to go to war.
Yeah.
Putin's getting ready to hurt these people, but
Yeah.
they were showing me visions of the death,
Wow.
and it was like normally they don't go negative on me like that. But,
Mhm.
not everything can be wrapped up with a pretty bow. I guess I
Nice.
just gotta tell people, it's gonna be okay.
Well, and we appreciate that so much. And that's, it's what we need right now, really. I struggle sometimes with it if I'll get a message and I'll go, "Ooh, I don't know if I want to say that." There are some messages I get from the guides, and it's like a vision. Like for this year, I asked for a vision for 2022, and it was outriggers in the canoe in Hawaii. You know how they have, and they go up these incredible waves, like yeah, like
I think I've
defying
seen
gravity, man. They just go straight up, right? And then they bam come down and hit, and there's another wave right in front of them, right? And I'm like, wow, what's that all about? Is it flooding or is it, waves or what? And they said, well, yeah, there's going to be a lot of flooding, but this is about things hitting us, choices being placed, forced in front of us to make
oh,
decisions.
yeah, that's
And the United
happening.
States is going to get it one after the other. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to, I don't know. And then they were like, but look at the guys in the boat. They're just paddling. They're not scared. They're not yelling, hollering, and wiggling around and making the canoe shake. They're just going. They know what to do. And that's how it's going to be. We're going to get through it. And I loved that. I took that and I'm like, okay,
That's the
you can
point of
tell them
what
that.
I was supposed to they told me you're gonna help calm people down via them. But that's what the point was, is because you can jump into the madness and go cray cray,
Oh,
or
yeah,
you can breathe, allow, and know this too shall pass. And it
that's
happened.
right. Yeah. And they're there for you. They're there for you. Your guides are there for you. I just want to give that message to everyone out there. Just ask them for help, look for the signs, and hold that light inside of you. Don't be afraid. Okay.
The kingdom of heaven is within.
Absolutely. I love it. That's
Mhm.
beautiful, Linda. So let's ask a question or two. If you're down, I have got 3 questions. Okay, I haven't had a chance to read them, so I'm kind of okay. Carol Lamb. Hi, Carol. Thank you for joining us. When I was 14, I had a voice come out of me that was British or something. It lasted 5 minutes or so. I could not explain it. I could not replicate it again. Didn't know anyone from the UK. What was that?
It's a past life energy form.
Wow.
It's a
Yeah.
past life. It was a remembrance that came to her. She might even have a guide from her life in Britain. But do
Hmm.
you have it, Carol? Do you have any feeling on the UK? A little love towards the UK? I was told by a psychic astrologer never go to France because it was a bad past life. And the minute I stepped off the plane in France, I was sick the whole 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, she was
Wow.
right.
That's something. Well, yeah. Carol, comment in the comments, if you will. The other thing I would say is it possible she was channeling? I mean, what did the voice say? You know, I mean, I know that, and I can't say that I've noticed accents though, but I've been talking to someone. I knew this before I knew I was going to be a psychic medium. I would be talking to someone and I would tell them some stuff and I would be like, walk away and go, yeah, that was pretty good stuff. I did not say that. It came through me. And it's usually like counseling like stuff, but I didn't think of it.
Right.
It came through me.
That's
So
like when I sit when talk to my guides via the internet.
mhm.
And people will say, Linda, you said that. I have no remembrance. I just talk and don't remember what I said.
That's so true. So every show I do, I try not to plan. I try not to think about it. I let spirit flow, and I have to go back and watch it after the show because
Yeah.
so many things that come up and things that we talk about, I don't remember. It just comes through. Well, Carol, let's see. I'm going to look again to see if you had a comment, but those are two possibilities right there. And thank you for your question.
Thank you.
All right. Now I have another one here. Marie Henson. Thank you, Marie. Nice to have you. I had 2 dreams each, 3 nights in a row about 9/11, a month before it happened. Didn't
Wow.
know what it meant until the night after that event happened. Wow. Wow. That's an amazing
That's
thing.
very common.
Yes.
Even the Titanic, there was one woman, didn't she have a dream and her family thought she was crazy, but she begged them not to go and they didn't go and it saved their
Mhm.
life.
Mhm. Oh, you hear so many stories about that. Absolutely. People just get a strong feeling or a
The
dream.
story that sticks with me is the guy who was in New York and his daughter was supposed to go to, I think Pennsylvania. And he knew the flight number. And as he's watching on the TV, he's sobbing. He just realizes, because she was supposed to leave early that morning.
Yeah.
He knows she's dead. She comes out. She slept in.
Oh,
She said, "What are
wow.
you upset about?" He was so happy to see her.
Wow. That's something. Well, Marie, I would definitely say that was a solid premonition, and I would pay attention to my dreams. My mother, my brother was in almost fatal car accident, and the night before, she had a dream about it, and she told us all about it the next day, and we heard about his accident that afternoon. So it happens. Yeah, it's a very powerful gift.
And back when the wars were going on, mothers would wake up with their sons at the end of the bed.
Oh, yes. Wow. Yeah, we're very close. The other side isn't so far away. Not at all. And Terry Suzuki, hey girl. I love reading with Terry and Sun Psychic Jean. We're the psychic triad. So good to see you, Terry. Um, in your readings, have you come into contact with angel human hybrids? Any info if you can share?
I haven't myself, no.
Not
I
angel.
have. I just recently talked to an ET. Just recently. I'll be
Really?
honest with you. I might have been pushing it away.
Well,
I hear angelic, but I don't see them. I
mhm.
I don't see them. But this particular ET that has talked to me is very calming. I like it. But no angelic angel. How about you, Terry?
um, no, not an angel hybrid. I have read an interdimensional being. I truly believe in human ET hybrids. I believe that that's true. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Um, and I have not communicated directly with an ET, though. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, did you hear about what I did in Sedona?
Yes, I
I used
saw it.
Dr. Greer's method and the E5, and I told everybody just start taking pictures. And we had
Oh,
UFOs,
man.
we had some entity trying to come out up by a tree. It was fascinating.
I have always been fascinated with ETs and never had a doubt. And I've always wanted to go to Sedona. I'm hoping
You'll
maybe
get
this fall I'll
there. Yeah.
get there. I know I got to go there. It's meant to be.
Yep.
So I'm just going to pop over in the chat real quick because I don't want you guys to think I'm ignoring you. And thank you, T Barb. I am really glad there was a message there from you. Ah, you're welcome. And I'm really, really super happy that he's doing better. Thank you,
Medium
T.
Betsy said she always longed to return to Ireland, Scotland. Guide said, you remember how many times you died there? You were
Oh,
persecuted there. Why in such a hurry to go back? She said,
wow.
I'm over it now, LOL.
Girl, you got to come on the show. Give me an email. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Very excited. You're a wonderful psychic medium. It's great to hear from you. All right. So now we're going a little over. I hope you don't mind since we kind of
No,
got a
I do have to leave at 5 though, if that's okay.
Okay, sure. Let's
Thanks.
see. I'm not really seeing another question. So I'm getting permission from spirit. When I woke up, was it Tuesday morning? And I realized and all that happened with Trump, I was like, holy crap. I'm going to be on with Linda G and all this is going on. And I know this is
Love it.
all
I
supposed to
love it.
be
I love it.
psychic mediumship stuff, but how can we not talk about that?
I know.
Because I believe we have a mission. I
Well,
believe we have a
Mel
mission.
and I were starting a reading, a collab, when all this stuff started to happen.
Yes, I
And
saw
I
it.
got quiet and I asked my guide, what is this about? And they said classified documents. He had
Yes.
documents that are so sensitive. It even has to do with nukes.
Yes.
And he is blabbing away. And they're saying maybe the FBI planted it. It's just ridiculous. But I see him being stopped by the DOJ because he's a pure and present danger.
Yes.
I don't see him being in a jail, regular jail, but I see him being hit with subpoenas after subpoenas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
What
just
do
have
you
always, I've felt so long, and I'll see if I can duplicate it. It happened. Oh, when did it happen? I think it happened last year. Oh, yeah. It was before Gen 6. And then it was right when all the shenanigans were coming down and you knew what he was planning. Right. And I would like think and hear this. Remember the drum beat they would play with behind the prisoners
Yeah,
going into prison, right?
yeah.
I don't really I haven't really actually seen him in prison, but the confidence I got from that message was it's coming. We're right behind him. It's coming. And when you say treason, I'm with you on that, girl. I feel a
It's
solid
treason.
yes on that. It's treason. And some of the documents perhaps are things that he kept to sell. I
That's
have
what I'm
felt
getting.
like, yeah.
It's
And
huge. These
it's
guys are over here. These Republicans think they're all that and playing with justice. I mean,
mhm.
it's huge.
They are saying, in fact, and that's Trump's trick too. Always call somebody else out for doing what you're doing,
Yeah.
right? And Donald Trump Jr. said, "Well, if they can do this to the president, then what about the rest of us?"
Yeah. When anybody
Yes,
says that on
yes,
Twitter, I say, absolutely. Anybody
yeah.
that's a criminal should be dealt with.
It's the law. The law was a gift given to us to be
But he
able to live
is
in peace
doing
and be
something that's
protected.
so egregious. You guys, you don't even know. This is bad.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'll tell you, they had been asking him, look, we think you have this information. We need it. And somebody told them. I don't
yes. They
know.
wouldn't have done it if he
Right.
hadn't. Somebody did.
Somebody on the outside said
Yeah.
he's keeping this stuff here. But he
And
was
I
planning,
know it's there. And I know it's there right now, and I know where it is.
and because they also said the judge couldn't sign that subpoena unless it was current information. Can't be information you had from a couple of months. It has to be
Yeah.
new information.
Yes. So the message I got about that the other morning when I woke up and went, oh, okay, so how do we deal with this? The message I got on that is, you know, your mission. This is going to take time. And in the meantime, things are going to start crumbling left and right. People, the true Trumpers are going to really start to ramp up. There might be some violence. There might be some protests.
I'm not
Our
seeing
job,
huge. I'm not seeing huge.
yeah, not massive. Our job, though, they told me, is to hold that light. So when we're around people who are kind of realizing that they've been tricked and they're realizing their own disillusionment, we're there to just love them We're
And
there to give them
yeah,
that love and understanding and that light. Members of your family, just give them love. Whatever comes your way, push the love back their way.
I've often felt that he would be disregarded like McCarthyism.
Oh yeah.
He's going to
Yes.
be hung out to
A
dry.
pariah.
Oh, when he came out of
Yeah.
his place in New York heading towards the car and he was looking over and he was waving. Did you see that disappointed look in his face after he just pled the fifth through the 6 hours? He was
Yeah.
disappointed that there wasn't massive crowds out there to meet
Oh
him.
yeah. Yeah. And I think he pled the fifth because he felt he had the confidence and support of the Republican Party. But it's not all of the Republican Party. Oh, no, no, no.
His people are winning, but they're not going to win. They may get on the primaries, but they're not going to win.
Yeah. But if you back it up and you look at the bigger picture, and I think actually you were on a show with Allie, and it was before a lot of this started to come down. But we were talking about Biden and his opinion. And I said, I got the hit that the earth changes are going to be the big thing. The division is going to disappear.
It's going to bring us together.
And politics is going to seem pretty small.
Yeah.
On the other hand, when things like that happen, lots of times the dictatorship and that kind of attitude, that's what happened in Germany. Things were really terrible in Germany, and that's how Hitler rose to power. So it's encouraging to me to take that step back and to pray. Everybody knows the power of prayer. If you're watching this show, I know you know.
The power of prayer, amen, my sister.
Yeah. So that's what I'm feeling. That's our mission, Pray for Biden. Pray for Kamala Harris. Pray for their staff. Pray for the White House staff that they're going to have innovative ideas, that they're going to see new pathways, and that we're going to move forward in the United States of America, being presented with all this garbage, and yet truth will hold out, justice will hold out.
The light is too bright. That's why there's more spaceships out there. Vibrationally, we're getting higher and higher, so they can communicate better.
Yeah, we've got lots of help.
This too shall pass. This too shall pass.
Amen. Beautiful. Well, on that,
I'm so sorry I was late.
Oh, please. And, I was all messed up anyway. So
write me again, because let me do another show with you to make that up.
Oh, Linda, I would just love that.
Okay,
I would love that so
much. I'm having a good time. And
on the way out, I do have to say that thank you so much, because you're so gracious with your time to all of us newbies. And I really, truly appreciate it.
I'm trying to spread it out as in fact, Allie and I were just talking, so I got a schedule with her. I think we're doing something in October.
Good. I just love Allie. Allie, too, has been very gracious with newbies, and she's had many of us on her show.
Yeah.
So, and to all of you out
there, my show, too, if you want to be on my show.
I would be delighted.
Okay. Why don't we do my show? Let me give
It would be an honor.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get together. And I just want to say quickly to all of you out there in the chat, your energy supports us. Your vibration can be felt here in the internet world. While we're doing this, I can look over and see you and feel you and know your support. And I just want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And I have to say, as I do, this is how I end all my shows. I got this in a channeled writing, and I end all of my shows this way. No matter what's going on, and remember this above all things: you are loved beyond measure.
Awesome.
Bye, everybody. Awesome. And thank you, Linda G.
Thank you, honey. And I'll write you with the details.
Okay, that sounds great.
Bye.
Bye.